I thought we started off the game strong. We were really pushing the ball and creating some things early and some early offense. And fortunately, we got off to a good start because we really struggled to score after the first quarter. They're a very good defensive team. They're very well coached. I like their toughness. And when you're in those situations, you really have to move and screen and cut to create good shots. And I thought we were pretty stagnant and forcing some things that just weren't there. But it was nice to have some good fortune and be able to make the last play and get out of here with a win against a good team.
They were high in their man defense, just kind of running over the top of screens, or what was it about their game?
They played screens different ways, but I mean they communicated well, and we didn't really fight for, you got to fight for hips and separate, and we just kind of leaked off, and they got through, and we didn't have enough space to shoot after that, and then as soon as somebody caught the ball, a lot of people just watched the kid with the ball rather than creating the next scoring opportunity. So when you play a defense that's this good, that's just not going to work. And I'm just disappointed that we didn't make the adjustment earlier in the game to work together and create shots. It was a lot of running around without working with teammates.
Coach, can you talk about DyTiesha's final, hitting a couple threes there in overtime? How clutch was she for you in the fourth quarter, then in overtime?
Well, that was, they were backed off her and giving her some looks at three, and she's in front of me, and I was telling her to shoot it. And she made the one, and then, the next one they contested that pretty well. And, she had to get it off late, and, that's just good fortune. We bank it in to take the lead, and that's got to be frustrating for Quinnipiac, but we've been on the other side of maybe 3 or 4 bank shot threes against us this year, so it was nice to get one in return, and you couldn't have picked a better time for the one we got.
DT, can you talk about the first one and the second one? Just it looked like there was no other option on the first one, and the second one you looked like I got this.
Well, after I made the first shot, I got some confidence, really, and I kind of knew that my form was good. I just shot it too long, so I think the clock was running down, so I was like, give it to me. I was open, she was backed up, so I shot the ball again.
And to be clear, you did not call bank?
No, I didn't.
Karl, what do you feel like was the difference from the first period through the rest regulation?
The first period we attacked in conversion a lot more, and we had 5 people up there in conversion, so before they could get matched up, we were creating some offense. And then we were just, we had more activity. A couple of our quick hits that we put in for this game worked early. They made adjustments to those. So we were able to steal a couple easy baskets and get some things going in transition. And we hit the 3 well in the first quarter, and then starting with the second quarter, we didn't make many of our. When we did finally get good looks at 3, we didn't make very many of them.
DT, you don't take a lot of threes, but I mean, in this offense, everyone is always an option. You have to have confidence, I guess. When you're taking them, when you're shooting them.
Yes, we've been working on it and practice a lot, and Coach has been working with me a lot about getting ready to shoot the ball. Even though I don't take them a lot, just like Quinnipiac did tonight, they started sagging off me, and I was forced to take it because I was open, and me not shooting the ball is going to hurt our offense. So I'm just going to keep working on it because a lot of teams may start to do it. So I just need to get to the line and knock down a 3.
Usually it's the power conference schools that are a little insulted by all the screening and cutting and just try and plow right through you guys. And this was not as big a school, at least, that was doing that. Does that catch you guys off guard at first when someone's just trying to run through your screens and trying to just plow you over in the post?
I think we just have to, get adjusted to how the game's going. So if we know that they're trying to plow through our screens, then we have to fall and maybe get a couple of foul calls, and then they won't do it as much. And we just have to be physical back with them.
what Coach was saying about the quality of the screening and cutting and all that stuff. Is it disappointing to hear knowing that when you get into the postseason, as far as you guys may get, you're going to usually face a team that plays with that kind of intensity? That's for you, Whitney.
I mean, we're just gonna have to, you know, like, if they're trying to plow through our screens, like I said, we're just gonna have to adjust to it. We're probably gonna work on it in practice and, you know, do things that will allow us to get open and, you know, do what we want to do within our offense. We're just gonna have to be a physical team right back if they try to do that.
Coach, what can you take from a game like this, winning by 1 in overtime? Obviously a great team win, confidence booster. What's the message, I guess, maybe the next day or two as you guys get ready for Auburn?
Well, I mean, we got to move on to Auburn pretty quick. I mean, Auburn puts a lot of pressure on you. They're a very athletic team, and they're a very good team. So, you know, we got one day to prepare, and, you know, we hadn't started any preparation on Auburn yet because, you know, we figured Quinnipiac was going to be a very tough test for us, and they proved to be. So, you know, we'll have to, some of the things that need cleaned up from this game will actually probably not the exact same things we need versus Auburn, because Auburn plays a different style. But you know, at the same time, we got to make note of it and be able to make adjustments and you know, be able to execute better than we did today.
How'd you feel? 39 minutes.
I felt good. I have to get my wind back up under me for sure because I've been out for 8 weeks and then, you know, I've been gradually playing more and more. So I felt good out there. My foot feels good, and I'm just going to have to continue to work on my conditioning and things like that.
Do you feel like you're starting to get back into a groove a little bit more?
Yeah, I think so.
After the start you guys had, did they catch you guys all by surprise when they raced back into it? You guys were out by 19 points. And
Well, they're a really good team, so it was a game of runs, and they made their run, and we just had to respond back and be the tougher team, and we ended up pulling out the win against a really good team. So.
And when a team is playing that physical, does it affect your rhythm shooting, the whole team, sometimes offensively?
I think sometimes it can, but just have to adjust to it and, you know, do the things that we want to do and get to our spots.
Karl, more of a funny one. What's going on with the shoes on this team? I think that's 3 home games in a row we've seen a shoe fall off.
Yeah, there's been a lot of shoe issues. I don't know if we just don't tie them tight or what it is, but it happens. It's happened more this year than, you know, the last 15 years combined. Just a freak thing, I guess.
She stepped on my shoe. It wasn't like it just like came off. She stepped on it.
I'm not saying that
No, I
anything's wrong.
wasn't saying-
I'm just saying it's happened more this year than I've seen in, you know, the last 15 combined.
Had to give you a fun one.
Thank you.